bombshell news from a house at the end of a quiet cul-de-sac in Northern Virginia. Now, this is the home of Brian Cole Jr., who was taken into custody earlier today. Federal prosecutors believe this is the man responsible for planting pipe bombs near the RNC and DNC prior to January 6, 2021, when, of course, we know what happened at the Capitol. So who is Brian Cole Jr.? Before we answer that question, it's important to remember this incredible fact about the case. Here's the Attorney General, Pam Bondi.
Today's arrest happened because the Trump administration has made this case a priority. The total lack of movement on this case in our nation's capital undermined the public trust of our enforcement agencies. This cold case languished for 4 years until Director Patel and Deputy Director Bongino came to the FBI.
So there were no new leads, no new developments. Kash Patel's FBI, Pam Bondi, Dan Bongino took the evidence already available, and they solved the case in less than a year. Now, in the months following the January 6th riot, Biden's prosecutors, they managed to investigate, track down, charge, 1,500, quote, pro-Trump rioters from across the country, some people that just walked into the Capitol, including many that just did that, nothing more. But in 4 years, they were totally incapable of cracking this case of this man pictured all over D.C., planting not one but 2 pipe bombs. How is that possible? Take a look.
What you're going to see is, as this case presents itself in court, you're going to see where we were able to collect the evidence and make the case against this suspect. And then common sense journalism and investigators are going to be able to look at it and say, why did these people do X, Y, and Z 4 or 5 years ago?
Now, this brings us to the pipe bomb suspect himself, Brian Cole Jr. There are news reports about his family's left-wing political beliefs. Fox has not yet independently confirmed that. Could this have had anything to do with Cole's motive? At the moment, we don't know for sure, but it is very weird that out of all the prosecutions from January 6, hundreds and hundreds of charges, Biden's DOJ, they couldn't manage to apprehend the suspect responsible for planting 2 pipe bombs that could have killed an untold number of people at both the RNC and the DNC. In fact, Brian Cole Jr. continued to buy bomb parts after January 6. In other words, he continued to pose a serious national security risk. So again, I ask, what happened at Chris Wray's FBI, Joe Biden's DOJ? Incompetence? Was it intentional? Were they too preoccupied with their lawfare against Donald Trump and his supporters? I imagine there's a lot more to the story, but for now, at least, we can be grateful that there is a new sheriff in town. Take a look.
But what we're doing at this FBI is also, we have replaced this entire leadership cadre. We have pushed out 1,000 agents into the field. There's a reason this FBI has 25,000 violent offenders arrested this year alone. That's twice as many as last year. There's a reason that this FBI is going to deliver President Trump the lowest murder rate in modern history by double digits. There is a reason this FBI is out there crushing fentanyl, destroying narco traffickers, and making sure the homeland is safe and preventing spies from infiltrating our homeland and our way of life. That's what happens when you change leadership from the prior administration FBI, who wanted to weaponize and politicize law enforcement, to us, President Trump and the Attorney General, who want to just deliver law enforcement on every single front.
Now, in just a moment, the Deputy Director of the FBI, Dan Bongino, he will join us. But first, we have one more incredibly strange observation from today's news. Just listen to this bizarre reaction from Virginia's senior senator, that's Senator Mark Warner. Take a listen.
But I got to tell you, it kind of makes me, looking at this crowd doing a victory lap, when all the senior FBI officials across all key divisions have been fired for political purposes, when in some field offices up to 45% of the FBI officers who were doing things like counter-espionage and cyber have been assigned to do immigration cases. It's a little rich that they're saying America's safer. How much earlier could we have caught this guy if resources hadn't been diverted?
He almost seems angry that the FBI's new leadership fired, the political nut jobs inside the Bureau and successfully got back to solving serious crimes. Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.